Hi, my name's John, and I'm one of the web guys. I'd like to tell you about our amazing product that I'm certain you'll love. There are lots of companies out there who offer website and business tools, from the very cheap do-it-yourself to the very expensive bespoke products. What we offer at the Web Guys is a unique package that we're sure will cater to all your business's needs. We'll deliver a world-class website that's created specifically for you and your business and with everything you need to manage it. It's so simple. All you have to do is choose a look and we'll do everything else. We'll design, build, set up and customize your website for you. You'll get that agency quality product from £29.99 a month and with no upfront fees to pay. To take advantage of our fantastic product, go to www.thewebguys.co.uk and simply click the Sign Up Now button and follow the instructions, which will only take a few minutes of your valuable time. Once you're done, you'll get all this plus lots more, and from only £29.99 per month. So, what are you waiting for?
Good morning, everyone. Once again, it's Wednesday morning. It's time for our In Conversation With. We've had a couple of weeks off. We've taken a bit of time off to try and spend a bit of time with family. I know Dan's done the same. So hopefully we've not lost you all, and you're all going to be joining us again today. Today I am joined by the wonderful Dan Edwards from DK Accounting, and he is going to talk about profits. So what's that? What is that, business owners? Well, what do we know about profits? So hopefully Dan can teach us all about that today. So good morning, Dan. Welcome. Thank you very much for joining me. Can you tell the whole world who you are and what you do and why you're here today?
Thanks, Brian. Good morning, everyone. I'm Dan from DK Accounting, one of only 10 certified Profit First professionals currently based in the UK. Profit First is a book written by an American author called Mike Michalowicz. He's got a number of business books out there focusing on certain areas of business. Obviously, being an accountant, I quite like the profit side of things, so I focus mainly on that. Profit First is a different way of running your business. It's where you physically move your profits and move your taxes away from your greasy fingers where you can't spend it. You put it somewhere safe out the way, using banks such as Starling and Monzo, which we work closely with. You hide it away from yourself, and then every 3 months you get to spend on whatever you like. So it's a way for business owners to enjoy running their business again, rather than just working 9 to 5 or like most of us do 7 till 10 at night. We actually get to enjoy our businesses again and take some extra money from it.
Now that obviously sounds wonderful. We're going to get into it a bit deeper. I just want to mention before we get deep into the conversation that for everyone who joins us, who watches this either on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, if you have any questions that you would like to ask Dan, then please put them into the comments box, and Dan will do his utmost to try and reply to you in the best way he can. If he doesn't know the answer to it, then we will get back to you after the stream with an answer to the question, but we will try our hardest. So now that sounds really nice, Dan. You know, profits, we get to spend our profits, but there's a couple of things that sort of comes to mind. Now, Americans tend to be very excited about lots of stuff, where we here in the UK are a little bit more grounded, I would say, probably. Yeah. So why should we take this American thing to gospel? Why is it that it's such a great idea?
As most of us businesses, we start out working working for somebody else, so all our taxes are taken care of. We don't consider it. We just get paid our net wages at the end of the month, and then we'll start a business, and it's completely different. You pay your taxes 9, 12, 18 months down the line, and you've not accounted for it. You've not cash flowed for it. You've not put it aside. Whereas using the Profit First system, not only do you get to spend your profits, you actually save this chest of money to pay the taxes when they're due. I've been using it for 5 years. I've got a pot of cash stashed aside for my VAT every quarter. My tax is paid for by my business, so both my personal and the corporation tax is taken care of. It's just a very simple way of doing things, which makes a massive difference to people and their businesses.
Yeah, no, and that sounds great. That obviously makes sense. So how does it work in practice? So talk us through sort of how does this? Because I suppose most business owners, certainly most smaller business owners, we sort of, I suppose, we take what we need when we need it.
Yeah. So most people will bank balance account. They will log into the bank account on a Monday morning, see they have a few £1,000s in the bank account, and they will spend it. That's what we're all taught to do. When we're growing up, we see our parents give us a plate of food. We're told to eat it all, clear our plates, and as business owners, that's the mentality we have. We see money and we have to spend it. So Profit First teaches us if you can run your business on £100 a month, you can also run it on £99 a month, but you put that £1 aside for your profit, and you do the same with taxes. You start with £2-3 a month aside in a different pot, and gradually over time that builds up. Your percentages grow, and you don't notice you've not got that money. It also teaches you to review your expenses. If 1 month you've not got enough money, it teaches you to get rid of the stuff you don't need. We're all guilty of it. We've all got Netflix, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, Now TV. All these subscriptions in our business grow over time, and we just don't use them. So with Profit First, you pin those down, you plug those leaks in your business, you get rid of them, and anything else which you need every month, like software costs, you see if you're getting the best deal from that. You sort of make yourself leaner and trim off the fat. And that's sort of one of the main things of Profit First.
It makes sense, and I've to everyone watching, I can personally say that I've been using this philosophy now for, I don't know, a couple of years now, I suppose, Dan, when I first got on with Starling, on your recommendation, obviously. Because, for full disclosure to everyone, Dan is my accountant, our accountant at the Web Guys. So we got introduced to this a couple of years ago now. And I think the biggest thing that I find with it is that it actually makes you sleep better at night, because you never have this sort of thing every quarter. Well, is there going to be enough in there to cover the VAT? Is there going to be enough at the end of the year to cover the tax type thing? So I think that's the biggest thing, is the peace of mind, really. For me, it's not so much that there's a pot of money that I can just spend on what I want to spend it on. It's actually the fact that I know that everything is covered when it needs to be.
We work with a bloke in Lincoln. He's a photographer. Before he came to us, his previous accountant gave him his tax bill 2 days before Christmas. It was like a £6,000 tax bill. And that's not what you want 2 days before Christmas, really. And
No.
honestly, he didn't have the money for it. Since working with us, he's got a pot of cash for his tax. His VAT is always paid on time, actually paid early, because he's got it there. And he doesn't take it into account in his daily cash flow, because it's not in his main bank account. And that's one of the joys of Starling. You can have the 5-6 separate different pots of money, and they don't appear when you log into your bank.
Yes.
So it's sort of out of sight, out of mind.
No, I get that completely. So I think the biggest question that sort of comes to mind, that I'm assuming that a lot of people will ask, is it's all well and good, we're talking about profit first. What if there isn't a profit?
Yeah, that's the thing. Profit. You are engineering a profit. You are physically forcing your business to make profit, because you are taking it out. You're taking it from your main bank account. You can't spend it if it's not there. So that money you put aside for your tax and your profit is immediately profit, because you're not spending it.
Sure.
And that's the sort of thing that people in the UK need to realize, is profit is a habit. You need to actually force your business to make profit. It isn't just this magical figure your accountant comes up with at the end of the year, which it has been historically. We've worked with people, we tell them that they've made £10,000-15,000 profit. Well, I don't have the cash. Well, you have had the cash somewhere, you've just not accounted for it properly. It's you spent it on something. Whereas Profit First really helps you to pin that down, see where your profits are, and know exactly what you're spending it on.
I suppose there's a big education piece in this, because it's a complete change of mind frame, isn't it?
Yeah.
In how people historically has been used to doing it. And I think for me, I'm finding myself having a lot of these conversations with people about finances and money at the moment. I suppose, considering everything we've just been through, it's right at the forefront with people. So I suppose this is a prime time for you and your message, really, to try and get the education out there, because that's what this is about, really, more than anything else. It's about education, isn't it?
I think it's going back to living more within our means as businesses. We're far too quick to take on debt, take on loans, take on credit cards, take on financial finance agreements. Whereas previously, I don't know if your parents did, I know mine certainly did. There were envelopes on the mantelpiece. When my parents got paid, they put money into a holiday fund, they put money into an emergency fund, they put money into shits and giggles fund. And that's what we need to do as a business. We need to put money into our tax fund, we need to put money into our profit. We have a vault fund in case something like a global pandemic happens. We've got a pot of cash sat there in case that we're not spending everything. We're living within our means as a business.
Now, what's your suggestion to people who, because all of this sounds great and it makes perfect sense. The reality is that for most people, it's probably a hard thing to get started. I think there's because we're talking about Starling, we're talking about Monzo, which again I think for a lot of people is probably unknown, what they are. So because I think a lot of business owners obviously bank with the conventional banking, and this is not as easy to do with those banks, is it? So how do you bridge that gap if you are your traditional self-employed person? It might be a one-man band, builder, whatever, and how do you do this with your traditional bank?
We recommend you don't try it. The likes of HSBC, Barclays, NatWest, they can't facilitate this at the moment. They will charge for every single bank account that you open, whereas Starling, Monzo, Tide do charge for certain things. But these fintech banks, they're called, which are all mobile phone app based and no high street presence, you can open up say 5 or 6 little sub accounts within your main account, and there's no charge for them. So they're breaking traditional banking and moving it into the 21st century, which is something that should have been done years ago. And NatWest and they're slow to the game on this. They're a bit like the Toys R Us, where there's Amazon. Starling's Amazon, their Toys R Us, they're being left behind by these little banks that are emerging every day. Some people are concerned that they're fly-by-nights, they'll disappear tomorrow. But Starling is a proper regulated bank. They've all the protections in place. They just don't have a high street presence, which is why they can offer such facilities for no cost. So
is that really the only difference between, let's say, NatWest and Starling, is that they just don't have any physical presence anyway? Is that really the only difference?
From my experience of using them for the last 3 years, that is the only. If you want to speak to someone, you speak to the web chat on the phone, and it's easier than being sat on hold for 5 hours waiting for someone to pick up at the bank. For me, you just start a chat and then it just keeps on rolling. It may take a couple of hours for them to respond, but it's not, you're stuck on the phone, you're not there. It comes up like an MSN message, a Facebook message on your phone. It's just so easy to use. And the application process, the quickest application I've had is in 2 hours from application to acceptance. The longest is probably 2 days, I think it was, which again is a lot quicker than these traditional high street bank accounts.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. We've been using Starling for a couple of years now, and absolutely love it. I couldn't find a single thing to say bad about it. And I even think our application process took less than that 2 hours thing. It was really, really quick, and everything, even contacting their support, you get really, really quick response from it. I do think though that it's going to be a generational thing. I do think there's a lot of people out there, smaller business owners, one-man bands, who are going to be very reluctant, because you know what it's like. We like what we know, we like what we've been used to, and if I've been used to walking down to NatWest every Friday to deposit all my cash type thing to a nice person behind the tiller, that's what we like to do. So I'm right behind your message, and I think everyone should do it, but I do think that there is going to be a generation perhaps to wait before it really takes effect strongly.
Yeah, I think it's when that pain point starts, is when the bank charges on the traditional bank accounts become too much, that people will start to switch, because a lot of people are conscious of these bank charges. They're paying for what really? For the bank to hold your money and invest it in somewhere else. Yeah.
No, absolutely, I agree with you. And if the UK is going to follow the rest of Europe, where you're now starting to see negative interest rates, they're actually charging you, for holding money in the bank type thing. So, no, I agree with you. I think if they don't change quickly, I think that the bank days are going to be numbered very, very soon. So that's all very useful. So I suppose all this profit first thing, getting into the habit of that, it's also, I think, because one of the things that I've found is that I certainly have a much better grasp on my business finances to go alongside with it. I think that's one of the added benefits, isn't it?
Yeah, I think because you are focused, because you are taught to, well, we run a 5th and 25th rule. That's when we do all our accounting, all our bankings on the 5th and 25th. Our clients pay by the 1st. We do our allocations on the 5th. We pay everyone on the 25th. So we know exactly what's going in, what's going out. We keep a closer handle on everything in our business. If 1 month our business expenses spike, we know why, we can understand why. And if it's something we don't want to happen again, we can then review the expenses. Whereas most business owners don't understand that. They'll give their accountant a bag of receipts at the end of the year and have no idea what they spent.
Yeah.
Which is why we recommend using QuickBooks or Xero or something, so you've got an up-to-date view on what your business is actually doing and how it's performing. It works alongside Starling, works alongside Profit First. They all work hand in hand to give owners a better idea of what's going on.
Sure.
If knowledge is power, isn't it? If you've got no understanding of what's happening in your business, then how can you make decisions based on?
100%. I completely agree. So now, to everyone who might be seeing this now or at a later point in time who's interested in this, do you, because I can see you have a nice Profit First certificate there, and you mentioned that there was a book before, but do you hold courses? How do you teach people or introduce people who are interested in this to this concept?
Yeah. So as an accountant, we try to teach all our clients this method because it works so well within our business. We want to share it with all our clients. So all our advice we give clients is Profit First based, basically. We also have one-to-one specific training. If people want to follow the book method to the letter, we can offer that. We also have an online platform which we can offer the course through digitally. At the moment, we're just trying to get the message out there. We want to help as many businesses as possible to understand this because it is so simple. But we all know we should go to the gym. We all know we should exercise, but we don't do it.
Yeah.
Because there's other priorities. We all know we should have a better handle on our business finances, but we don't do it because we're too busy doing something else. So yeah. Profit First is like your personal trainer for your business. It helps you get lean, it helps you get what you want, and helps you enjoy it again.
That's great. So how can people get in contact with you? Tell the world where they can touch base with you and find you and connect with you and all that stuff.
So my website's running across the bottom of the screen. On there is a sort of contact us page, which links to my Facebook, LinkedIn. We've also got a WhatsApp group for businesses who want to ask any questions that they may have. Obviously, email as well, which is again on our website. LinkedIn, Facebook, any sort of method really. We're all on there. They can all be found on our website. All the details will be on there.
I can fully endorse all of this because as I say, we've been working with them for a couple of years now, and we certainly we don't look back and regret it. It's been a fantastic journey for us. So for anyone who's watching this, go and follow Dan if you don't already do on either his LinkedIn or his Facebook page. If you're interested in this, I can't recommend Dan enough. Go and join and have a chat with Dan and see what he has to say about Profits First, because I'm pretty sure you'll be quite amazed at the difference it will make to not just your bank balance, but also a good night's sleep. I think you'll find. So I want to thank you, Dan, for taking time out. I know you're very busy to join me here today and to tell the world about this. It's very kind of you to do that. For everyone else out there, join me again next Wednesday, where I'm going to be joined by David Taylor. You might have met him on the networking circle or not. He lost, sadly, his daughter to brain cancer a while back, and he set up a charity for the brain cancer research. And he's going to join me next Wednesday, not just to share his story, but to sort of share the charity that he's trying to raise funds for. So come and join me again next Wednesday at 10 o'clock for another live. So thank you very much, Dan. Thanks for joining me, and to everyone out there, have a nice day. Try and enjoy the last of this sunshine before we see the rain coming in again on the weekend.
Cheers, Brian.